I like to see all the changes going around the city. You know, I've been with the city 24 years, and we had a hand, our crews had a hand in some of the infrastructure work around town. It's just something different every day. I really like the building, the part that's going to last for many years. What time do you have the truck supposed to be here? Yeah, we need to do that. Julie, will you find out how long the truck's going to be before it gets here at the corner of Hudson and Washington? Go ahead. I'll try to take you over to GTA in about an hour. I'll call you. Go ahead, throw those barricades inside the island and give them a little more room. You ready to go? I wonder if they're going to do any kind of curb along the parking lot, or is it just going to be mulch? Checks in the mail. Okay, thanks. All right, we'll be right there. I'm in charge of 5 crews, about 27 guys. Curb and gutter, sidewalks, driveway aprons, anything concrete, retaining walls, and then I have 1 crew that does all the cleaning downtown.
When you mention Tim Guerin's name, what I immediately think of is a guy who sees the big picture. He thinks of what can be instead of what has to be. He's a great innovator.
The phrase that I've heard the most is a good steward of the taxpayers' money. He's always concerned about, you know, what type of resources that we're using and how we can better use our resources and our time.
And he brings back the philosophy of quality work, custom work, in everything that he does.
You know, I don't think I can go to a job site with him or walk down Main Street with him without having to stop and pick up some litter, or, you know, he's always looking to see you know, better ways to beautify the city.
And a lot of times when we're built for speed and trying to get things done in a hurry, he takes an extra minute to make sure that the job is done right, even down to the finest detail.
My first job was a bag boy at Shell City, which was down in Miami, Florida. It was the world's largest grocery store. Anyway, I used to bag groceries for Cassius Clay, which is Muhammad Ali. And then when I worked for the city of Pembroke Pines, my boss's name was Johnny Depp. His son, Johnny Depp, I knew. When I met him, he was only like 15 or 16, and he used to play in the Battle of the Bands. He told his dad that he's quitting school and he's going to California to star in a band. And he called home and he says, "Hey, I met a director and I'm starring in a movie, Nightmare on Elm Street." So I know Johnny Depp and Chris Myers on ESPN, Fox News. I grew up with him and his brother, him and his family.
The thing that gets on my nerves most about Tim is that he's a Miami Dolphins fan.
I grew up in Miami, Florida. My favorite sports team is the Miami Dolphins.
You know, I'm trying to convert him over to the real world. He's over in the dark side. I'm trying to get him to become a Cowboy fan and get the force with him again, but I haven't had any luck doing that.
High school days, craziest fad was probably, there was a lot of long hair, which mine was pretty long, down past my shoulders, and a lot of polyester back then. I'd have to say my childhood hero was my mom. I really didn't grow up with a father, and I had asthma pretty bad as a child, and my mom would work all day and come home, and most of the time I was sick was at night, and she'd sit up with me at night.
He's always wanting to give people a second chance. You know, he's got a big heart. You know, he's always looking for the good in people.
At Christmas, every Christmas, Tim will bring us flowers. He'll bring us some kind of flower arrangement to put on our desk every year for the Greenville Cares counter. Nobody else knows that, and he doesn't tell anybody. He brings it to me and Elaine. He's just, we don't expect it. We forget about it until the next Christmas, and he shows up with this bag. And he says, "These are for my friends." He's always just thoughtful.
One thing about Tim and I, we're both sports enthusiasts, and our spouses are not. So Tim always makes sure that I either go to Atlanta Braves or Greenville Drive for my birthday, and reminds my husband that that's what I like to do. So He's very thoughtful that way. Just all around nice guy. Very, very God-fearing person too. He does what the two greatest commandments are: love God above all things and loves his neighbor as himself.
The really cool thing, you know, about Tim is he's got such a great attitude, and as the director of Public Works, I rely on him very heavily in what he does. He's always straight up front and has that can-do spirit that Brian Watson likes to talk about so much, especially on projects like the Peace Center Plaza and the brick statue across from Greenville News, and a fence project on Gallivan Street, where he was so creative, so very creative in taking basically a very rundown, dilapidated fence and turned it into really a unique feature of that neighborhood, and I know the neighborhood is so proud of it. And then the bus shelter project, where it could just be a very simple, you know, concrete slab that they laid down, but he went the extra mile and put accents on it and features on it, and actually stamped the Greenville G logo into the floor of the bus shelter. And those type of things don't have to be done, but he wants to do them, and sort of leaves his mark, and you know, his men are so proud of the craftsmanship of their work.
I just like the satisfaction of being able to build and knowing that the stuff that we build is going to be around a while. And I like all the changes going on to downtown. We've won all kind of awards, and I just like it because it's something different every day.